welcome back to Sandwich Airsoft. Today we're looking at something that I wish was good. Let's take a look. So this is the AimTop gas blowback SVD. It's built on a cast and then remachined lower receiver. It's got a removable top cover, all your normal AK style things. It's an SVD though, so those of you getting mad at me calling it an AK, look, it's close. Especially in Airsoft, it's really close. As of course, it also has paddle release mag, which actually on this one is really nice. I haven't had too many AKs though, so that just might be me. Bolt is supposed to reciprocate that far back. We'll get into that. Safety is present and functional. And it's got a stupidly long, I believe it's a 500 and something millimeter barrel. 540 if I remember right. I think it's 540 or 550. It's around that length. And yeah, it's all metal with polymer exterior. At least on this one is. You can buy it with wood exterior, but I went with polymer. They're pretty cheap. They're like $200-300. Man, I wish I had more good things to say. So let's get into it. Actually, I do have one more good thing to say. The mags. The mags are actually excellent quality and really well designed. So your inner mag is a big block of cast metal with a stamped steel exterior. It's got a nice way to release the CO2. So on a lot of CO2 mags, what you'll find is the CO2 will get stuck inside because it freezes the top to the O-ring. And so you can't just I'll get that later. You can't just shake it out. It has a hole so that the Allen key can just pop the CO2 up for you. Super nice. Now all the good things are over with. Now on to everything else. The biggest thing, and the reason the top cover's off, the biggest thing is cycling. When you fire it, it doesn't reset the trigger. This is a common issue with these. It's not specific to this one or, a rare issue. It is just a thing known with this. So yeah, it doesn't cycle very well. From what I've picked up, it's a mix of a few different issues. Mostly being the hammer spring is very heavy, and the layout of the internals actually cause way more friction than you should have in a gas blowback. I have some plans to fix this. I haven't done it yet because I figured I should film this before I film the way I fixed it, because I don't want someone buying this without understanding the work involved to fix it. So let's take a look at the internal mechanisms, and we'll do kind of a deep dive on why there's issues. And this is the amount of teardown you should usually do on your gas blowbacks, but not the amount I usually do in a teardown. If you'd like a full tear out of this gun, let me know and I will do it. I've actually done it once already to try and fix these issues, so totally willing to do it again. First up, removing dust cover works just like the real SVD. You take this guy, you turn it to about right there-ish, and dust cover is going to just lift off. I think that's awesome that they actually included that in the mechanism. It's fantastic. As for the recoil spring, there are two screws. They use M4 Allen key, hex, whatever you want to call them, heads. And all you got to do is unscrew them. There we go. And then you can just lift the recoil spring out of the assembly. Everything comes with it. The spring is separate from the guide rod, but you just take off the guide rod. You don't need to do anything to this. There's nothing you can do to it, unless you want to change the spring out for whatever reason. But from there, all you have to do is then rotate the latch so that the flat surface is pointing up. Grab the bolt carrier, slide her all the way to the rear, and she lifts right off. Super easy. Then for the fire control group, there is a pin right here. All you're going to do is from the other side, push that pin, pull it out, and be careful because there's an O-ring in here we'll get into that complaint and make sure it doesn't fall and go everywhere. And mine's stuck to the fire control group. Good. And then your receiver is clear. There's nothing in it. That it's whoop. And that is one cool part about the gas blowback guns in general, which is one thing I do want to say is most gas blowbacks are this simple to get apart. AEGs, get your game together. No, the ICS split gearbox does not count. That thing's such a pain in the ass. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the wear on the hammer, which will kind of show you the whole story on why this thing functions weird. So the bolt doesn't actually have as much wear as it seems to. This is like normal wear. Where you can really tell what's going on is on the hammer face. You can see these little notches in it. Those are from the bolt slamming against them. And what happens is it gets caught on those ledges as it goes. Most gas blowbacks will use a ball bearing on here to keep that from happening. This one doesn't have that. My plan is to actually put a ball bearing onto this trigger set. Other than that, trigger set works great. And there you go. That's the big problem with this gun is the amount of force the bolt needs to push this hammer back, and the amount of friction it's facing while doing that. Honestly, there's a few ways to solve this issue. I'm gonna try this way, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I really want this gun to work. I think it's fantastic that it uses CO2 mags. The big downfall for me with the WE SVD is it doesn't use CO2, it only uses green gas, and with that you can't use it in the winter. Which up here we get pretty cold winters, so I kind of need to use CO2. But yeah, this thing's got lots of flaws on it. I'm gonna try and fix as many as I can. I've already taken care of the lack of air seal on this guy. So next step is the fire control group and reassembly. Reassembly is not inverse of taking it apart, because you cannot put this back in with the fire control group in. The bolt goes in first. Actually, I'm going to rotate it that way. Then you're going to take your recoil spring and slide that right into place. It is designed to kind of latch in without the screws being installed, so it makes it a lot easier to screw those screws in. You don't have to hold it weird or do any complicated things like that. Again, I really want to like this. I have a major love-hate relationship with this gun. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to take your fire control group pin, and you're going to put it in, kind of, and you're going to slide the O-ring onto it. And you got to kind of hold it so that the O-ring doesn't come out. Line up the notch of the fire control group with the receiver notch, and slide it up into place without removing the O-ring from the end of that pin. It's a lot easier to do on a surface that the gun can actually stand on. There we go. Okay. It is just as hard as it is on camera. We're leaving all of that in because I want them to know how annoying that is to get in. No self-retention on the pin. It uses the O-ring for self-retention. So, that's dumb. So there you go. That is the unfortunate conclusive review of the AimTop SVD. I wish it was good. I really do. I really wish it was good. I want it to be good. It's got everything it needs to be good. It has removable dust cover that means it should be able to operate without the dust cover on. It's got an optic mount so you can put PSO scopes on it, which frankly look fan-fucking-tastic. Oh wow, now it mounts correctly. You know, imagine running this on the field without a dust cover. It'd be great. It almost works. I hope you guys enjoyed. This will show up after I do all the mods to fix it again, so we'll see it probably in the far future, to be honest. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Twitch is linked down below. I've got a Facebook group that I recently started called Sandwich Stash. The link for that will also be down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy.